One of the things you want from a canoe stabilizer system is for the floats to always point straight ahead. Yet for some reason, everybody else puts the canoe pontoon on a round post and a round clamp so that you have to carefully align the float and you have to clamp it super tight to keep that float from twisting out of alignment. Not at Sailboats to Go. We have a square post system using a square clamp so that the float is automatically aligned pointing straight ahead all the time, and that alignment is permanent. It doesn't depend on having a clamp super tight to keep the float from twisting out of alignment. The square post system inherently aligns the float and keeps it pointing straight ahead. It's a square post in a square clamp. It cannot turn out of alignment. Let's look at the round post system versus the square post system. On the left here, you see the square post system. On the right, the round post system. It's the same float. It's the same concept. Horizontal arms that adjust in and out, vertical post that can adjust up and down, and a float out on the end of that long arm that keeps the canoe from tipping over. But it's so much more convenient when you have a square post. Look at the adjustment and alignment process for the round post system. You have to get that float pointed just right, and then you got to get that clamp super tight, and that takes two hands and a fair amount of muscle if you really want to clamp that post tight so that it cannot turn. Particularly if you're motoring or sailing, there are forces on that float that could knock it out of alignment, and that would be really bad at high speed. So alignment is important, and the square post system does the best job and the easiest job of aligning the float straight ahead. It can only point straight ahead. It's a square post and a square clamp. And now look at how easy it is to do that vertical adjustment. Little one-hand knob. All that clamp has to do is hold the float in the vertical position that you want it. You're not depending on the clamp to hold it straight ahead, so it doesn't have to be so super tight. Stabilizers are great for keeping you from tipping over. Look at what I can do here standing up. The reason they work so well is that very wide stance between the floats. 7 feet or more. But you don't have to keep them spread out that wide. Those float arms telescope back in so that the floats can be brought in snug to the sides of the canoe anytime you want. The system adjusts in and out and up and down. Here you see a canoe stabilizer system with the floats fully retracted. The float arms have telescoped totally inside the center section, which we call the crossbar. The crossbar clamps to your canoe with provided gunnel clamps, and the float arms telescope in and out of that crossbar. Floats are available in red, yellow, and light gray. We also offer slip-on wheels. The optional wheels are great for launching, pulling your canoe out of the water, or rolling your canoe anywhere you need to go on land. That's the slip-on wheel system that mates up with the crossbar of the canoe stabilizer. So click the link below for more info or to buy the canoe stabilizer with the square post system on sailboatstogo.com. I'm Jim Luckett, founder and owner of sailboatstogo.com, and I'm looking forward to helping you with a square post stabilizer system. Maybe you've already got a Canoe stabilizer with the round post system and you wish you had the square post. Well, don't worry. We offer a conversion kit to convert your existing round post system to square. And for kayak stabilizers, we have those too with the square post system. Go to sailboatstogo.com for the kayak stabilizer with the square post. I stand ready to answer your email personally. Email me, jim@sailboatstogo.com. Call me, 1-978-263-7598, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, 7 days. We ship worldwide. Sailboatstogo.com, your headquarters for the square post stabilizer.